Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome everybody to our today's webinar, How to Change the World Without Losing Your Mind or Your Papers, with our guest speaker, Dr. Suwen Chen from University of Sydney Business School in Australia. My name is Katerina Krasniewska, and it's a great pleasure to host and facilitate this webinar today. I'm a PhD candidate from LUT University Business School in Finland and co-leading a special interest group, Frontiers of Impact, within the ISPIM innovation community. I will say a few words first about the special interest group, then I will introduce you to our fantastic guest speaker, who will share with us lots of insights and best practices from her personal journey of doing societally meaningful and impactful management research that moves the world. So the ISPIM is a global innovation community of about 8,000 members from research, consulting, and public sector, all sharing a passion for innovation management. ISPIM organizes also annually innovation conferences, bringing together the community and to share the latest scientific insights in innovation management and for solving grand societal challenges. One upcoming conference is, for example, in June in Tallinn, Estonia, and another one is end of this year also in Osaka, Japan. Within the ISPIM innovation community, there are 12 special interest groups that we have organized around topics of circular economy, foresight, responsible innovation, social innovation, etc. And the role of our special interest group, Frontiers of Impact, is basically to empower PhD students and early career researchers in creating impact from research, scope together emerging trends, identify the impact-worthy areas of research, and together as a community to do meaningful research, apply also for project grants in the future. That's what we're planning to do. And so this is our team of colleagues. Together with me is Zamaret Rubin from Oxford Brookes Business School, Yat Ming from the University of Auckland, and also Jorge Martins from the BTT Technical Research Center of Finland. All passionate about creating impact from research and driving this community forward together with you all. And we started also end of the last year with launch of the series of webinars, Creating Impact from Research, where we invite different speakers from academia, policy, practice to share their expertise related to impact. And as we are building the community after the 3 spring webinars, there will be more activities coming soon. So feel free to participate and reach out if you would like to suggest some webinar or workshop or any other opportunity. And we also have a Slack community to stay connected and informed about research for impact opportunities. So if you haven't joined us yet, the invitation will come later today with the slides. And regarding today's session, we are thrilled to have with us Dr. Suwen Chen, and she's a distinguished scholar and lecturer in impact investing and sustainable management at the University of Sydney Business School. Prior to joining the University of Sydney, she was a postdoctoral researcher at ESADE Business School in Barcelona, Spain, contributing significantly to the field of impact-driven research. She also conducts research in the areas of impact investment, social entrepreneurship, and sustainable management practices. And with a robust academic background that spans PhD in management from University of Edinburgh Business School, an MBA from the same institution, and Masters in Translation and Technology from Imperial College London. So her research journey is really full of impact in research and education. So I would say that let's get started with Suwen's presentation. Suwen, now I give the space to you, and just for the info for our participants, so stay active during the webinar. Feel free to post your questions in the chat, and in the end, we will have an open kind of Q&A discussion.
Yeah, thanks very much, Katrina, for your great introduction, and also I hope I can live up to all the great words you used to express myself. And also I give the the presentation a very bold title. Now I was actually 5 minutes before and I was preparing it. I was thinking maybe I over promised something. Hope I wouldn't under deliver. Yeah, so let's see how it goes. And also it's great to have so many people from different parts of the world. And also it's a very close group. So feel free to ask questions when I'm talking. So I would like to make this more like a dialogue because myself, I'm also on this journey because I don't think there's anyone can say, oh, I've mastered this skill of conduct impact for research. We're all learners and we're learning all from each other. So basically the presentation or the presentation I'm giving today is actually based on the two research projects or two papers I'm working on with some colleagues in Europe and also in Canada. So I'm like combining those two papers, try to make it more generic to the audience because I'm aware that not all of us are coming from the same discipline or same area of study. So basically how to change the world without losing your mind or your papers. The simple answer is by joining the communities for impact. So I already give you the answer, and then I will go back and justify my argument and let you know what our experience is and why we come up with this answer. So I know that a lot of our audience today are more like early career researchers, PhD students, or new faculties. So that's actually what our focus today is about. So today is about the pressing issue that affects the very fabric of our academic community, the marginalization of early career researchers in impactful research discussions. This marginalization not just stifles innovation, but also hinders the development of solutions to complex global challenges. So through today's presentation, I hope to guide you through our initiatives that aim to cultivate communities for impact, a concept we have developed to support and empower early career researchers by providing them with a voice, legitimizing their actions, and offering crucial resources. But more importantly, today is about extending an invitation to all of you to join us in this movement and share our passion and collectively amplify the impact of our research effort. As we begin our discussion today, let's first understand why this topic is not just relevant, but also crucial in today's academic and societal context. As you are aware, we are at a crossroad of the evolution of academia. The traditional roles of teaching and research are increasingly intersecting with the urgent demands of global challenges. It could be climate change, social inequality, or public health crisis. In this complex landscape, academia is not just a bystander, but actually should be a key player in devising solutions and strategies. But unfortunately, we don't really see that happen very much in the business school context. So sometimes we are still more like the bystanders of the social crisis instead of jumping into the very core of the problem. So now consider the position of earlier career researchers within this scenario. We as early career researchers, meaning recent PhD graduates, PhD candidates, postdocs, and new faculties, are often the most passionate and innovative in our institutions. And they bring fresh perspectives and eagerness to address these pressing issues. However, despite the potential to drive significant change, early career researchers frequently find themselves on the margins of academic discussions and decision-making process. This brings us to the crucial need to create more inclusive academic environment. The environment that do not just invite, but actively involve early career researchers in conversations that would shape the future of both research and practice. Environment that can break down the barriers between the experienced and new scholars and between academia and the real world. So now let me transport you to New York City, the bustling heart of a global discourse in the summer of 2023. Two of the founders of the Impact Scholar community. Some of you may heard that community, some of you may not, but I will explain a bit more about the Impact Scholar community later. So the true founders of the Impact Scholar community find themselves at one of the premier management education conferences worldwide. Imagine this scene, a large auditorium filled with hundreds of the most influential minds in academia and industry, including business school deans, senior academics, corporate executives, and leaders of global NGOs. The cameras are poised to broadcast their message to an even larger online audience. The moment is not just any speaking engagement for those two founders of the Impact Scholar community. It represents a significant milestone for this community, because in just a few years, this community has grown from a fledgling idea discussed among colleagues into a vibrant community of over 900 early career researchers. This growth is not just in numbers, but also in recognition and influence. Here, on this global stage, those two founders actually paused for a moment. Well, they feel the weight of the opportunity to speak to such a distinguished gathering. A critical question lingers in their minds. Where are the other early career researchers? Where are the assistant professors, the postdocs, and the PhD students? These are the individuals mostly deeply affected by the environment and social crisis we are here to address. Yet their presence in such forums remain minimal. This scenario sets the stage of our discussion today. It highlights the paradox of visibility and influence in academic circles, how some voices are amplified while the others, perhaps the most crucial ones, remain unheard. It is this disparity that our communities for impact aim to address, ensuring that early career researchers not only attend, but are also heard on such global stages. As we dive deeper into onto our topic, it's crucial to understand the core issue at hand, the systematic marginalization of early career researchers in impactful discussions. Despite their potential and enthusiasm for addressing grand challenges, these researchers often find themselves on the peripheral of academic and policymaking arenas where decisions are made and directions are set. This underrepresentation has profound consequences. It limits their ability to influence research agenda, access vital resources, and find mentorship opportunities that can move their careers and research forward. It's not just a loss for these researchers themselves, but also a significant missed opportunity for academia and society as a whole. Why is this happening? It stems from a variety of institutional and structural barriers that prioritize established voices and traditional metrics of success over innovative ideas and new perspectives. This systematic bias not only hinders creativity, but also slows progress in tackling the very issue these conferences and discussions are meant to address. And I'll elaborate on those barriers a little bit later. The need for inclusion is very clear, and we have a big gap to close, not by merely inviting early career researchers to the table as afterthought, but by integrating them as the essential participants whose idea and energy are crucial to drive change. This is where our concept of communities for impact play a transformative role, providing a platform for these voices to be heard and valued. As we continue, let's look at what truly fuels the work of early career researchers in our communities for impact, a deep-seated passion. This passion is not just a personal or academic success. It's about harnessing the research to make a tangible difference in the world. These researchers, early career researchers, are particularly driven by grand challenges of our time, issues like climate change, social inequality, and the global health crisis. Their work is driven not by the prospect of career progression and academic recognition alone, but by a commitment to address these pressing global problems. Some of you may relate to this comment if you think about your own research. And they see this research as a tool to effect real-world change, to innovate solutions that extend beyond journals and into communities that need them the most. The role of passion in this context cannot be overstated. It is this passion that not only motivates them, but also sustains them through the challenges and obstacles they face in academia. Passion fuels their perseverance, enabling them to push forward, innovate, and continue the work despite the often daunting path that lies ahead. This passion is what binds the members of the Impact Scholar community, for example. It is what drives them to seek out like-minded peers, to build networks that are not just about career progression, but about make a collective impact. In the face of institutional barriers and traditional metrics of success, their passion for making a difference remain the guiding light, leading them towards impactful and meaningful research. So now let's have a deeper look into what are the barriers for early career researchers in terms of impactful research. Firstly, we have the institutional barriers. The academic world is governed by structures and processes that often do not align with the goals of impact-driven research. Tenure processes and publications pressures prioritize quantity over transformative quality, placing early career researchers in a precarious position where they must balance their passion for impact with the demands for academic success. Next are the resource constraints. Impactful research often requires substantial funding, access to comprehensive data sets, and opportunities for fieldwork. All of those can be scarce for those who are just starting their careers. This lack of resource can hinder the ambitious project before they even begin. Lastly, we also have the cultural and social hurdles. Early career researchers must navigate a complex landscape of networking challenges, visibility issues, and the expectations set by the more established peers. This cultural and social maze can be daunting, making it difficult for emerging scholars to find their voice and place within the academic community. Addressing these barriers requires a concrete effort from all levels of academia and beyond. It involves restructuring the institutional framework, providing more robust support system, and an inclusive culture that recognize and nurture the potential for early career researchers. I think in the later Q&A session or discussion session, I would like to ask you if you have experienced any of those barriers yourself, if you can share any of your experience or how did you overcome these barriers, that would be good. And now let's turn to our focus to the concrete solution that has emerged in the recent years, the Impact Scholar community. I just mentioned an example, and also maybe some of you have already heard. The Impact Scholar community, or ISC, is founded in April 2020 among the global challenges posed by the pandemic. The Impact Scholar community was established with a clear mission to support, empower, and elevate impact-driven early career researchers. The ISC offers a robust way of resources aimed specifically at these early career researchers or impact-driven early career researchers. These include opportunities for networking with like-minded individuals, mentorship from more seasoned researchers, and access to thought leadership through the quarterly online speakers event. Additionally, they have the monthly happy hour chat to provide less formal settings for sharing ideas, discussing challenges, and fostering a sense of belonging and community. The growth of the ISC has been nothing short of remarkable. From its inception, with just a handful of members, it has expanded to include over 900 scholars from all over the globe in just over 3 years. This rapid expansion is a testament to the pressing need for such community and the value it provides to its members. What makes the ISC particularly effective is not just the members, but the active engagement and the sense of passion among its members. This community isn't just about support, it's about making a tangible difference in the world of academia and beyond, challenging the traditional boundaries and increasing the adaptive capacity of early career researchers to pursue research that truly matters. Impact Scholarly community is just one example of the communities for impact. There are also some other ones, like the One group at Academy or the Eagles group. We also have some of those. So what are the essential roles for the communities for impact? And before we speak about the essential roles and functions, let's first define what do we mean by communities for impact. We define communities for impact as a safe space for researchers interested in or working on impact-driven research projects, especially grand challenges. The space can cultivate early career researchers' passion for impact-driven research while facilitating inclusion in academic discourse and collectively challenging institutional constraint. The function or the roles of the communities for impact are threefold. Firstly, these communities provide a platform for voice and legitimacy. Early career researchers often find it difficult to be heard in traditional academic settings dominated by established scholars. Communities for impact not only give them a voice, but also legitimize their work by showcasing their research in broader, more influential forums. Secondly, research sharing is a critical component. These communities facilitate access to a wealth of resources that might otherwise be inaccessible to early career scholars. This includes digital libraries, research tools, data analytics training, mentorship programs from more experienced peers. All these resources are essential for conducting high-impact research that can address complex global challenges. And last but not least, it has the power of collective advocacy. Alone, it can be daunting for an early career researcher to challenge the status quo or propose changes to established institutional structures. However, within a community, there is strength in numbers. These communities can unite their voices to advocate for necessary changes in research priorities, funding allocations, and policy directions, making a more substantial impact than other individuals could alone. So together, these roles create a dynamic environment where early career researchers are not only supported, but are empowered to push the boundaries of what is traditionally expected in academia. As we reflect on the systemic changes necessary to support and empower early career researchers, we must also consider the need for a profound shift in the narrative that surrounds their role in academia. So today, I would advocate for a narrative that transforms perception from marginalization to leadership, broaden the definition of academic success, and foster a cultural shift towards inclusivity and collaboration. First, we need to transit from viewing early career researchers as peripheral participants to recognizing them as the key innovators and leaders in tackling global challenges. Their fresh perspectives and unique insights are invaluable in driving forward the research agenda, particularly in areas that demand innovative solutions. Furthermore, we need to redefine what success looks like in academia. This means moving beyond traditional metrics such as publication counts and citation indexes to include the real-world impact of research. How are we influence policy, affecting change, and improving lives? These questions should become more central on how we evaluate academic achievement. Lastly, a cultural shift within academic institution is essential. This involves cultivating an environment that values and actively seeks diverse voices, promotes interdisciplinary collaboration, and supports the sharing of ideas freely and openly. By embracing those changes, we can create a more dynamic, equitable, and impactful academic landscape, where early career researchers not only included, but also pivotal for our collective success. We also need to recognize that the communities for impact is not a silver bullet. It cannot solve all the problems. That's why we also need to engage senior scholars and institutions. For example, the potential for mentorship and support from the senior scholars is very important. These experienced individuals may have the power to guide, inspire, and open the doors to the next generation of researchers. By sharing their knowledge and networks, they can significantly accelerate the career development of early career researchers and help navigate the complex landscape of academia. Furthermore, there is a pressing need for institutional change. Universities and research institutions play a crucial role in setting the tone and the structure of academic work. By revisiting the policies and criteria for promotion or tenure, for example, will better support impactful research, such as valuing quality and real-world impact over quantity of publication. They can foster an environment where impactful research is not only encouraged, but also rewarded. Lastly, it's important for senior academics to learn from the fresh perspectives brought by early career researchers. This mutual learning process enriches the entire academic community, injecting new ideas and approaches into traditional research paradigms. By embracing these innovative perspectives, senior scholars can also rejuvenate their own research agenda and stay at the forefront of addressing global challenges. So in this collaborative spirit, we can build a more dynamic and inclusive academic world where the drive for impact transcends the generation and hierarchies, so we can truly have a shared community for societal progress. As we look to the future, our vision for the communities for impact is not just to sustain, but to significantly expand our reach and deepen the influence. Today, I want to share where we are heading, in my opinion, and how we can collectively contribute to a brighter, more impactful future. First, we aim for a wider reach. We envision these communities would growing not just in numbers, but also across disciplines and regions. Imagine a network that spans the globe, including the researchers from all the fields, each bringing the unique perspective and the solutions to universal challenges. By expanding the membership, we can increase the capacity to address more diverse and complex issues. Next, the goal is also to achieve deeper integration between academia, industry, and policymakers. We seek to create a flow of ideas and innovations across these sectors. So as we move towards the conclusion of our discussions today, I invite each and every one of you to join what I would like to call the Impact Party. It's a vibrant, inclusive, and dynamic environment or movement towards creating profound impact through research. Each of you holds the potential to make a significant difference. And together, our collective action can transform the landscape of impactful research. So how to join this Impact Party? First, get involved, whether by joining an existing community for impact, offering mentorship to emerging scholars, for those who are more senior, or advocating for our cause within your networks. Your active participation is crucial, and each new member strengthens our foundation and extends our reach. Second, share your knowledge. Your expertise, research findings, and resources are invaluable. By contributing this to the community, you help elevate the entire field, supporting others while also enhancing your own work and through collaboration and feedback. The third one is to drive change. We're at a very pivotal movement where we can shape the future of academia and industry, engage with policymakers, influence institutional practices, and help create an environment where impactful research is not just encouraged, but also prioritized. So let this be more than just a call to action. We can say it's a call to commitment. It's a commitment to not just advance your career, but to significantly contribute to our global community. And join us, share our mission, and together we can create a legacy of impact that resonates well beyond today. As we wrap up today's short presentation, I also want to open the floor to you all and to hear your questions, your insights, experiences, and ideas to share what are the challenges you have encountered during the process of conducting impactful research, or if you haven't started and what's stopped you and how you have overcome those challenges. I think in the spirit of making collective impact, we can make more sustained and more profound impact. Yeah, thanks very much for your attention.